Welcome. I am entirely and totally wasted. I'm so tired. It has reasons. I might go into that later. But I wanted to make this video, so here I am. Video, yes, currently doing it. Nice. Topic is, I don't know, different take, input, point of view, remembrance on Chieftain, because I feel like we have a lot of content creators out there that do Chieftain content, a lot of great ones. I mean, how many people league started with Righteous Fire, right? It's just great. But I don't know, people forgot about the glory of being Chieftain, being fast and not having to focus on weird skills that are annoying because you have to click buttons. Nah. But okay, so I didn't play PoE 1 for a while, so I might not know some stuff that way. I played this league from start. Very nice, very cool, lots of fun. Started Blade Vortex. Don't league start it. Don't. It is fun. It's fun. Yeah, cool. I touch stuff, it explodes. Nice, very cool. But at some point you're like, nah. I have a helmet that cost me 200 divine to craft. I have a chest for roughly the same. Can I now not die in T7 maps? No. Can I at least one-tap some boss? No. Okay. Can I maybe invest into rarity? No. No space left. You have to survive and deal damage. Ah yeah, great. Great. But the entire screen explodes. However, I also was tired yesterday. And I was like, man, if only I could just play the game, but not... Like, I sometimes it's just nice to play proactively, right? To do stuff, dodge stuff, shoot stuff. But sometimes you just wanna chill, you just wanna stand there, do nothing and still get the rewards. Sometimes you wanna play PoE, like an actual IRPG, and sometimes you just wanna play the economy, not the economy, but you know, you recraft with your map device, I mean Atlas of course, and not just see what happens, and not just chill a bit and not be all distressed, all the maps. I remembered, damn, I really loved Chieftain and Affliction when I lastly played. I know it got nerfed quite a lot. It got some buffs, but it also got quite a bunch of nerfs. So I checked out what the people do. I, well, did here and there see what people are doing. Like, we have Fox, right, obviously. We have some... Oh, how is he called? He plays Cast Stunt. I'm so sorry. He plays Cast Stunt, and he's a big juicer also. It's very nice. But I feel like people forgot about the Fulcrum. What is going on here? Hello? Why is this forgotten? It was 8 Chaos. Normally it's like 12 Divine, and I can't play my build because it's so expensive. I mean, you don't need it. That aside, you never need it. You can better go for Shield and Scepter if you go for damage. However, before I go into details, I'm Chieftain. I'm not even Ascended. I wanted to do my lab, but I'm only level 67. I only finished leveling today, and I spent the day crafting gear, and I wanted to make this video way earlier. However, I kinda got stuck at crafting my cluster fuel, and it's still not perfect. I want Chaos Rest, not Fire Rest, but this is what I'm stuck with now. I kinda probably made some along the way. I still don't have the one I wanted, because it doesn't exist, so I can't even buy it. If it would exist, it's probably 200 Divine or something. Not. But yeah, I'm level 67. I just finished the campaign. I just crafted my own gear. This is what I've been doing the entire day. I just bought this. I will go into details later, but for now it's really simple, right? You get this, costs no money, and then you craft your own slots. These are super cheap because I forgot. I was like, I'm gonna craft some gear and put it on when I finish the campaign, but it's all because level 84. I forgot about that because I bought all this gear that has rarity picture. Because this is the cool part about this build, a Chieftain in general, I believe. The Searing Exarch influences are so good for you that you can just buy fractured gear. Then it's so easy to craft. I mean, it's quite sad currently that that Veiled Chaos Orb is so expensive. It was like 4C at the start of the league, this was very cool, but why is that? Some guy's just buying it. It was 34C earlier. This is so sad, man. I mean, to be fair, I don't even know where those drop. I remember some league always when I got the Divine, I bought Veiled Chaos Orb for the Divine and craft stuff. It was so fun for me, but I never knew where do those drop. I know those drop from Katarina, I believe, but one is for 4 Chaos. Like, you do not get more than one from Katarina, do you? So yeah, we still have essences currently. They're very, very cheap, so it's very easy to craft stuff like this. I don't know, you just fracture chaos, do something. I don't know what I did here. It's just very simple. New belt is pretty cool. But yeah, I said I will go into details later. For now, 67. My gems are full troll, because it doesn't really matter. But all level 1. Yeah, they have quality, but all level 1. All. Right, this is except for automation, because I doubled with it. But I thought, first of all, to give you a I will do a map. I decided I might not do the T16 yet, because quite low in life, determination is still level 1, right? With fire, I don't have, yeah, it's fine. We have a lot of tech going on here. I'll make it very quick to explain the data, but for now, my first map. I'm actually not sure how this goes, but positive, because I already talked for what? 6 minutes. If I now die, it's very embarrassing. Not gonna happen. Press my flask. Yeah. See. I don't have. See, because my gems are level 1. because my gems are level 1. Okay. I don't have enough damage to kill the mobs yet. That makes a lot of sense. How do I kill the mobs? Why do I even die? I wonder. That is a question. Because determination is level 1 probably. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? I just walk around. And I hope something hits me. Can something hit me at something? Now we hope. Okay, now we go. Now, wonderful. Reach. Level this up. Isn't this beautiful? And I don't have any buttons to press. Do you see this? I don't have any buttons to press. Boom. Corrupted 8 mods, T11 map, breach, full breach Atlas. Oh, sorry. Boom. Yeah. I don't have any buttons. It's fine. Oh, no, it's not fine. Ah, it's fine again. Can we kill the rares? We can even kill the rares. It's so simple. It's just too simple. Boom. How beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? Perfect. Now it's not so embarrassing that I just died at the start. How chill is this? Tell me. And we're giga fast. How much fun does it look? Huh? And honestly, the gear I'm wearing, okay, I crafted a lot myself, so I actually don't know how expensive it would be if you would buy everything. But I believe you can even go more budget than I went here. And you can just go, what can you go? Maybe 4 to 10 divine, perhaps. And you can cheat a lot. But if this here looks fun to you, okay? I'm gonna do this breach and then we're gonna head out into hideout and I'm gonna go into details about what is different from usual chieftains. But if this looks fun to you, if you're maybe on Righteous Fire and your build feels too slow and you're like, oh damn it, all weird because I need +2 level of gem stuff. This is also expensive and I don't even get enough damage for this because you kinda wanna play Righteous Fire, but it's so hard to actually make it a giga powerful spell, right? Yeah, well, I don't have any spell. This is so amazing. Okay. Boss is dead. Boss is just dead. Out. Ah, way too easy. Way too easy. What is this? More rares? More rares? Way too easy. Way too easy for me. Okay. Enough. One more breach. Come on. One more breach. I'm sorry. This is too much fun. It's the first time playing this build because I played campaign build. And it's the first time for me to actually play this. And I'm so happy that it's still such a nice build as I remembered it. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Ah, I'm so happy. We have the boss. Okay, we have the boss. Where is he? Where is he? Can we kill him? This looks bad. I think we're gonna die. No, I lied. I think the boss is gonna die. Oh, think. Scarab. Okay. Great. Now, okay. I love that people like Fox exist because they keep creating content for everyone and include the people that do not know so much about PoE. For example, well, a friend of mine started playing PoE again and I showed him some builds he might wanna play and he started Righteous Fire. It's all good. Everything is well explained. It's fun for people. But I always wondered, because I'm not like someone that watches a lot of streams, I do know these people exist, I watch their content, look what they are doing at times, but I always wondered, why does he try to play a spell? I never understood this. I never. And I also did never understand why the other content creators mostly play some slow ass, yeah, I stand still and be really tanky, yeah, but why don't you wanna go fast, man? Way cooler. No offense, by the way. That's my take. People, as long as the game is fun for people, do whatever you want. Play without boots, honestly. Play without boots. That is fun for you. Not my job to judge. Okay, now we go into details. What are we doing here? Why did this look so damn it cool? You all know Chieftain. You all know Kinokore's Death Fury, right? Enemies your totem skill have a 10% chance, now it was 5%, to explode, dealing 250% of their life as fire damage. It was 500%, so we got enough, but buffed also because it blocks more on free. But now what a lot of people don't talk about, when you play Righteous Fire doesn't ignite, so you don't need ignite chance, right? Flame Trap ignites, I believe, because it creates burning grounds, I believe. So Flame Trap also always ignites. So you don't really talk about that you need 100% chance to ignite, because PoE is like this: if you deal fire damage, if you crit, you ignite. This explosion doesn't crit. Doesn't. I believe. Maybe it can, it probably can't. I'm pretty sure it can't. And also you don't scale crit, right? So it will never naturally ignite if you don't have 100% ignite chance. So our first job, I really have to like do this with my nose because there's we need 100% chance ignite, first of all. Why? Because this explosion, once it procs, it has to ignite the surrounding enemies. It has to. And then we need ignites the inflict spread to other enemies within 1.2 meters. So if the explosion goes off in a big, it's just and right, big monster group, big monsters on your screen, one monster explodes and just goes to everyone, because the ignite of this explosion is big. 250% of the maximum life as fire damage. I played Blade Vortex, right? When you play Blade Vortex, you have a chest. Wait, I can show you. When you play Blade Vortex, you have a chest that says, you all know the exploded chest, you all know it, right? I'm just gonna show off my cool chest actually, but you all know the chest anyway. That's enemies have a chance of 30% to explode for 10% physical damage. And the entire thing you do with Blade Vortex is... Did I items? Oh. That's so cool. I bricked it 2 times before I arrived here, I was so sad. But a tenth of their maximum life. Then you convert this to elemental damage and scale elemental damage, so it deals more than 100% of their maximum life, so you have a chain explosion, okay? But this one of the Chieftain already does 250% of their max life. So whatever skill you play in the game, there is no skill that will deal that much damage as easily as this, right? And if you then have 100% chance to ignite, you get the math, but this is not enough. This is where Fulcrum comes in. You all know the build probably. It gets more interesting when I explain stuff that not everybody knows and does, but Fulcrum says elemental ailments you inflict are reflected to you. This means if our explosion ignites, we are getting ignited. So we have a mini righteous fire around us, like really tiny, but around us, mini righteous fire. It is like righteous fire, but it deals more damage, by the way. Right? It's basically righteous fire, but we have that then, we are ignited, and everything we touch gets the burn damage from our ignite. We don't get damage from it because we are unaffected by ignite, this said this, so we can never take any note that says reduce ignite duration or you cannot be ignited. This would break the build. But unaffected by ignite, we are still ignited, we are just unaffected by it, okay? So Fulcrum reflects the ignite. However, in order to have 100% ignite chance, we have a lot of nodes or flasks that say, for example, chance to freeze, shock and ignite. This means that if our explosion goes off, it shocks and freezes and ignites. So usually if you wouldn't be freeze or chilly moon, we would just freeze on spot and be really slow. So we need to become chilly moon at first. We take robbed in flame. Cannot be chilled while burning. It's on a cluster jewel. Really easy to. No, it's not really easy to craft. I'm so tired because I crafted cluster jewels. This is easier than this big one, but it's still buy it. So and this goes well with it because chunks to ignite. But yeah, cannot be chilled while burning. So we are chilly moon. Then we need to be freezy moon. We are freezy moon because of Arctic armor, because this buff makes you immunity to freeze. It's also really cool because if you're stationary, you get less physically and less fire damage taken, and this is well with the ascendancy node that I didn't skill yet. Where is it? Here. This Ramakusan slides. Keep in mind, Ramakusan slide sets the resistances to -20%, so you can't have more influence on the. This is a set thing. This is not a reduction; it's a set thing. So penetration and stuff doesn't work when you have this, so it's not worth to invest into it. This is really good because usually you have to invest a lot of penetration. Here you don't have to. Very nice, very cool. So this is very nice. But even if you don't make use of it, like I just didn't, but it's still very cool, right? Very cool. That is that. Perfect. What else? Alright. We also ignite ourselves, but we want it. But we also shock ourselves. Shock immune is really simple because you can get it on jewels. You can just take this node. I don't even have the second soul or first or whatever extra soul. You can take this and then a flask that says reduce the effect of shock on you during effect. Now, talking about flask, usually you would run Mage Blood to be really fast boy, but that would mean that you need currency, and I just said 4 to 10 divine. However, you don't really need Mage Blood if you know of this jewel. Brutal Restraint. Balbala. Weird boss in PoE 2. First of all, it gives us dex, and we need the dex with this build a lot. So this is pretty cool that we get dex. Then it can give us, you gain onslaught for 8 seconds on kill. Just not the chance, we get it 100%. So we are 100% giga fast if we kill something for 8 seconds. 8. Oh. And we can just increase skill effect duration even more fast. For longer. Now we are the same fast, but we are longer fast. Okay. But then we have the traitor. Flask gain 4 charges per empty flask slot every 5 seconds. This means that a ruby flask, you don't even need more than 20% quality, but I just bought it because why not? So I can, when I roll it, I don't need the T1, T2 would be fine too, but you get a ruby flask, you get increased charge recovery or increased duration or reduced charges per use and reduced effect of curses for new during effect, for example. This makes us curse immune with this. Or you could take this and a jewel with that reduced curse effect. Then it would be curse immune as well. Curse immune is really cool because all the maps, the cool currency rolls on the maps are curses. But we are curse immune already. Nice. We are shock immune. Not really immune, but we have reduced effect of shock, right? But we are basically shock immune due to Flask and Jewel, or Flask and... We have chance to freeze, shock, and ignite to get to 100%. I don't know how hard, where am I without that? Where is it? Am I at 100%? Or why doesn't it show? Chance to ignite 65%. Ah, 98% with Flip. But this is enough. 100% would be cool. But yeah, this is why you take the chance to ignite nodes here and increase the duration on ignite on enemies, because if you increase the ignite on yourself or on the enemies, then you have this Mirage's fire for longer. I can show you. Wait, I show you. Now that you are aware with the mechanics. By the way, talking about the traitor mechanic with the flask, the ruby flask is forever now. I press it and I have it forever. It will never run out. The other flask will run out eventually, but only after 40 seconds or something, right? No damage, no damage. Ignite die, I have ignite for 8 seconds, so I have now 8 seconds to run into enemies, and they are just one shot because I'm ignited with this by this big explosion. And again, 8 seconds of righteous fire mechanics, and I can just run into enemies. But there are no enemies there. Ah, right, do it. Okay, this is normal ignite, the 8 seconds explosion, and now we have 8 seconds of bigger damage. And every time we touch an enemy and kill it, explosion triggers again, we have 8 seconds again. We have onslaught because we run into enemies. Our flasks are infinite as long as we run into enemies, right? And the ruby flask is infinite anyway. So I just basically only have to left click. I only have to left click. And I can just, when I want to loot, I can just relax and go loot. There's it again, you're on fire. Can you see it? Not really. If it's on the ground, you can see it. Wait, let me show you. For those that are entirely new to the builds. Okay. If my these, you see some circles on the ground. Even if the enemies are dead, these circles are the spread ignites. And it lingers, by the way. So if an enemy would run into here, he would instantly die because of the ignite. Yeah, yep. So the flask setup with the Yule, very cool. And actually, if you didn't know this, there's a site that is called Timeless Jewel Calculator. Yes. You can use the site to select wherever you are. For example, I say I want to use the jewel here, I say deselect, I say I build this, I build perhaps also this, and I want onslaught kill. I want this, search for it, it finds some, I click on trade, it will see if people have this. People have this for 5 divine. Who rich do you look I am? Can I talk? I'm so tired, man. I'm not rich like that. So I click more, and eventually there's one for 1 div somewhere, and I just buy the one for, see, 1 div, I just get that. I have onslaught on kill. There are also a lot of other good nodes, but yeah, I have onslaught on kill. I have this flask, 10 seconds, 1 charge, one cast. It gains flask, it charges as I'm talking right now. See, it builds up. So it's gonna be up for at least 40 seconds, or 30 at least, maybe 40. This is gonna be up for indefinite. This, I don't know, I never checked this one. But as long as you're killing monsters, it's basically always up. So you're basically always 69% movement speed. Very cool. I made 5 levels already. Cool. Very cool. Alright, more stuff to talk about. This spell is very cool because of the anoint. Because a very cool anoint for early game is vampirism. Damage taken, recouped is life. The uniques you do need, or I don't know if you do need this, but Blood Nudge. It was super expensive. Usually it got nerfed hard. Now it's not expensive anymore, but it's still super good. So get that. Really good. This one, you don't need it. It's just for quality of life. If you want to buy it, pick 950 or above. Don't care about the breakpoints, because if you get any source of stun and block recovery from somewhere else, for example, I have it. Oh no, I have it on the different helm. Where do I have it? Started crafting a helm, I believe. Yeah, right. Here it says increased stun and block recovery, 28%. This 28% gets additional what gets added to this. So if this would be 940, it would also be cool with the breakpoint and 960 something. You're always good. But this is only quality of life. It's really divine, but it's all, you don't need it. You really don't need it. Now, how does our cast when stun setup work? Yeah, we wear this, so our stun threshold is based on energy shield. The only energy shield we have is 107. I don't know where the rest comes from. Why do we have more than 39? But yeah, so we also always get stunned when something hits us. With this node, it's against you cannot be critical strikes. We are crit immune. So currently we are with very low investment. Crit immune, shock immune, curse immune, chill immune, freeze immune. Yeah. Nice. If you can annoyance your belt, because this belt is expensive but easy to craft, I just slammed on. This is not a good craft, I just did it like in 5 minutes. I just slammed on Hunter Exalted Orb and just Harvest Bench spammed the life thingy until I was happy. And get this. So you get a chance to get an Endurance Shelter and kill. Later on, because Endurance Shelters are really powerful for the reduced damage taken, because reduced physical damage, additional physical damage reduction, right? So you can get up to 90%, and the 4% reduced elemental damage taken, which is really important because we convert our physical damage that we take, because our physical damage max hit is the lowest out of all. Like, we can even take more chaos damage technically. But we convert that into fire damage taken. Our helm helps with this as well, with the influence. And we take reduced elemental damage, so this is really cool, the combo. And endurance shells in general are really cool. Most people go for the Forbidden Flame, Forbidden Flesh combo with unflinching. Very cool, but this costs like, what, 20 divine per jewel. And if you want to have this cheap, you can just buy a small cluster jewel. I don't have it on my tree right now because I just wanted to make this video and go to sleep. But you can buy a small cluster jewel that gives armor, and there's a node. Is it? Yeah, armor, right. Yeah, that gives armor. There's the node that you get an endurance charge every second if you've been hit. The pro is that it costs a jewel slot, but it only costs like 2 skill points if you put it in a cluster jewel, right? If you don't want to do that, you can kill this. The problem is just, you don't go for blood magic. It's annoying to path here. It's a lot of points wasted, right? So if you path here, because you don't need that, Not really, you don't really know. Then the mastery is not good as well, so it's not really worth it, in my opinion. Cluster jewels, by the way, you need a lot of dex and a lot of chaos res, because this is the cool part about the build. I should have advertised this up front, I believe. When I was playing Blade Vortex, at some point I thought, I want to magic find a bit. Just a bit of rarity, right? But the problem is that a lot of builds don't have the space for rarity. This has the space. I mean, look at this. I mean, I crafted this really quick, so this is all chaos res. But this fractured rarity in just 2 months. I even forget to put an enchantment onto it. And those are all rarity, increased rarity of items found. Fractured, because I want to magic find a bit. You can even go, for example, do I have it? You can even go Biscus Leash, gives Rampage, and Rampage gives, I believe, 1% rarity per what? No, I don't know, but I believe you get 40% rarity if you get 1000 kills or something. And movement speeds too, because, I don't know, this build is just giga tanky as it is with 0 investment. But if it is giga tanky, I don't understand why people scale more tankiness if you're tanky enough already. Like, why do you want to wear a shield and a scepter, for example, and go for plus gems If plus gems doesn't increase your explosion damage, and the explosion damage is the biggest source of damage that your character has, right? So rather just scale fire damage and damage over time, so the explosion deals more. And fire damage, I mean damage over time is a mod on a rare amulet. I should get that, I believe, but it's just way easier to scale. You don't need these stupid +1, and this stuff even does nothing. The only thing it really does, besides of course enabling our build, but stat-wise, the only thing it does is block, 25% block. This is all it does, basically. Now, talking about the gem setups. The only thing you need is a reliant source to kill enemies. This is all you need. You don't need anything else. How you do this is completely up to you. Completely. I went for Firestorm of Pelting because I wanted to try that out. Because with Firestorm of Pelting it deals enough damage that you don't need Desecrate or Unearth, right? Unearth spawns, or Desecrate spawns corpses. You can explode corpses with Volatile Death of Seething or Death of Scavenging. I also have those because why not? But yeah, this also already kills stuff, and I wanted to try something cool out, and the cool part is I can put it in Cull the Weak, so it kills them faster. I recover life and kill stuff. Then I also wanted to put item rarity in here. Nice. Where do I put it? Now I'm confused. I need to swap the... I need 3 blue. Okay, I need 3 blue and 2 green. Because I don't know if this works actually, it might work. But I saw this. One guy was doing this. Either he was the cook, like a mix, the child of Chef and Gordon Ramsay, right? Or he was just completely lost, but I trust in him. Because what he did was, so you can technically link a lot of damage gems into these skills, right? But these skills, they don't really deal damage anyway. I mean, Volatile Death of Scavenging, yeah, cool. If there are corpses, the corpse explosion deals more HP than the monster has life, so it kills everything around it. But you saw I already kill everything around it because of 100% ignite show, so I don't need this. And at boss damage, this doesn't deal boss damage. What deals boss damage is Penance Mark, what we get from here. Penance Mark spawns enemies. That enemies attack you, they can die and trigger the explosion, and then the boss burns. If this is not enough damage for you, you can scale that by Unearth, because Unearth spawns corpses that potentially have more HP than Penance Mark. But it's just so convenient to take this ring. I mean, technically, if it would only be about Penance Mark, I would wear a different ring. One with rarity or something like that. But it gives life, Chaos Res, reduce effect of curses, increase aimment duration on you, so we have the ignite buff for longer. Well, nice. Well, what else do you need, right? What else do you need? And yeah, this combo is basically... Okay, so if we ignite enemies with our skill, we create Burning Ground beneath them. The Burning Ground culls the enemies, and item rarity support gives us more rarity. However, I'm not sure if this would work, because I don't know how it's server tick wise, if the ignite of our explosion kills it first anyway, because it still deals so much tremendous damage, or if... Right? Like, how does this work? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I'm gonna try it out. I'm still a big fan of Volatile Death of Seething instead of Death of Scavenging, because I think you don't need it. Then this these setups are all random. Look at my setups, please. This setup is just Frost Bomb and Purifying Flame. Why do I have this? This gives me Consecrated Grounds. If I'm like, I'm doing a map or ultimatum, yeah, perfect time to go to just go AFK, go in toilet, go get some coffee, do some sports or anything, right? I can just be AFK more because I have Consecrated Ground below me. I have Arctic Armor that I get less physical and fire damage taken. Is super chill, super chill. Frostbomb is that enemies have reduced life generation rate for if there's Consecrated Ground for the enemy. This is annoying. Or the Maven, for example. I don't know if it works for the Maven because she heals. It's not life regen, is it? Probably not. But yeah, this is just if you're full AFK. Oh, but you have a 6-link. What is in your 6-link? I bet your damage comes from your 6-link. Ah, life tap, face run, more duration support, so my face run is longer. Heal skin, so we are bleed immune also, I forgot that. Enhanced support, so it's level 1 still, but. So more quality gives us more movement speed on face run. So we are faster with automation. This is my 6-link. My 6-link does should go fast. How nice is that? And you saw what my build does, right? How cool is that? I have Mage Blood for what? 1 diff? Okay, these flasks are... just get some quality flask and 80 level 4 and craft on them. It's really simple. Today I wanted to craft my flask. Sometimes it takes ages, but today I just... look at this. Like, I bought a flask, T1, T1. I was like, yeah, well, now I have to buy a new one. Bought a new one? Ah, T1, T1, but I don't need this. Buy a new one. Ah, T1, T1 again. Ah, nee, T2. Uh-huh. Deleted you go. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that's my skill tree, obviously, because I just leveled up, is not finished yet. How do I do this? I'm gonna link my PoE. I'm gonna link the PoE of fuck. I'm gonna link the PoE of this character, and I'm gonna play it, and you can check it on. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video or something like that. I don't know. And you can play it on. You can see what I do while I play it when I level up and put new stuff in if you're interested. I have my old build that I played in Affliction. It's not too different, however it is different. Obviously it has a Mage Blood and not this setup. Then it has some weird different other setup for stuff that is weird. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I skilled this. Interesting. But yeah, I can link this PoEs for some inspiration. Certainly it's not too shabby. Good old times where Ventor still gave quantity. But yeah, look, this was the build in Affliction League. And you had this stuff, which is a dead item except for block and enabling your build, but stat-wise, right? My helmet was rarity, and enchanted rarity. Nice. My Cloak of Flame, obviously. My gloves were rarity with rarity. my boots were quantity. My amulet was Defiance of Destiny, the old one. Oh, beautiful. Quantity and rarity. This new ring I had Kalanus Touch, I believe, but I had to put in this ring because back in the day there was a note, I believe it was somewhere here, that said that Sun's threshold is based on energy shields. That was really convenient to have it on the tree. Now we have to wear a ring. That I don't like this a lot. But I figured that if I have to wear the ring, I might as well just find one with rarity. So I have more rarity, which is really nice. Yeah, what else? What are the gems here? Forbidden Flame to get Unflinching. Alright, Unflinching is this here. Very cool. 30% chance to get an endurance shot when you are hit, and 25% chance that if you would get an endurance shot, you get maximum endurance charges, and plus 1 maximum endurance charge, and also 1 endurance charge every second if you've been hit recently. So I had how many endurance charges? I don't know, like 8 or something. And with 8 endurance charges, you're giga tanky. And if you then skill something like this, that you get increased damage as well for your explosion, for everything, you're giga tanky and get giga damage. Really cool. In terms of cluster jewels, there are 3 options you have, by the way, if you put in a cluster. Option 1 is this one with 12 passives, but I wouldn't recommend it. You need Chaos Res, Dex, or all attributes, max life and 35%. This is what you want to aim for if you go for the 12. However, I would not recommend to go for the 12 because if you want to craft it yourself, it's really tedious to do that. I mean really tedious. I'm really good at this. Wait, do I have a cluster jewel that I can craft on? Okay. Maybe I have one. Wait. Let's just take this, for example. Is it 84? It's 84. Why does it have 9? Take one that has 8 if you don't go for the 12, but it's really tedious. You just sit here. You just sit here, and I mean, it's pretty cool that you can take the alteration orb and press Alt to throw the augmentation. This is really nice, but you just sit here and you wait for your stuff to roll. And I'm pretty good at it, but it's still the odds of hitting something cool are so low, it's so annoying. However, if you decide to do it on your own, just look out for mods that could be good for other people. For example, I get Dex, Evasion. If you get like 41 mods most of the time, or like T2 even, is good enough to just sell it. And sometimes you create stuff like, I don't know, 4 diff, 12 diff, 10 diff, 5 diff, they are not actually that much worth, I believe. Some are not. We will see, I will cheapen them tomorrow or something, let's see, takes a while. But yeah, you want to craft it yourself. It's actually like, you will make currency doing this. You just look on one spot on the screen, your eyes will get really tired, but eventually you will make currency because you will craft something that someone else really likes to have. It's just not for you. And if you're really frustrated, then just take some fracturing orbs. But it doesn't really make the process that much easier. You still have to hit 3 mods that you like, and this is also very hard with these ones. But yeah, if you want Cluster Jewel, you either go for a 12 link, which I would not recommend, because then if you go for the 12, you can only craft this with at its massive pill scanned attributes, right? You can't go for 3 nodes. This is not possible. So go for an 8, and then you have the option of going for 3 different big ones or 6 small ones, right? This is then your option, so you're saved either way. I even decided to go for an 8 one to craft the small ones because I don't intend to put 12 small skill points anywhere. So I'm quite happy with this because I get 9 decks per node, 30 max life, and I have Fire Rest. I would love to have Chaos Rest for another day. And technically, I do also, while I was doing that, I crafted this one, for example, very cool. Increased area of effect twice, and how much is it? 60% increased elemental damage because we chill, ignite, and shock because we have the songs on our flask, right? Very cool. So yeah, our hours simplified are just Purity of Fire, Determination, Arctic Armor. We also want to get Malevolence. Malevolence. This is our goal, to put that in somehow, get that in. And but TLDR, it doesn't matter what skills, as long as you have a skill that can deal damage to kill a magic mob, you're fine. Put in whatever you want. Put in Detonate Dead, put in Detonate Dead of Scavenging, put in Volatile Dead of Seething, put in whatever you want, it's all fine, whatever is fun for you. Go for Unearth, I don't know, do what is fun for you. I think, for me, currently it's super fun to play this Firestorm of Pelting stuff, because I didn't play it last week and it's very fun to me. I like it. But yeah, that is that. I believe very chaotic, but I believe I went over everything, kinda. Yeah. Anything left? Don't think so. Yeah, then, if you made it through here, you 43 minutes! I'm sorry. Like, I'm so tired, I'm just talking at this point. But I think everything had some value. If you're not familiar with the build, that is definitely. If you're somewhat familiar, maybe I gave you some cool insight when you saw me go into the map and die, and maybe people just closed off the video and were like, what? But anyway, yeah. And I'm just tired. I'm gonna finish my map. I'm gonna finish my map. I'm gonna finish my map, then upload the video. You guys, if you have any, I will update eventually my character and send my link to PoE Ninja, because I will definitely play it. If you have any questions, feel free. If you have any additions, like, oh, you can do this is really cool too, maybe you're not aware of it, I appreciate it. Other than that, enjoy your time. Take care.